and then send it off to the first panel. We'll take a break after that, there'll be dinner, and then we'll have a second panel, open Q&A, and then time for chatting. So we'll try to keep us on schedule. We're a few minutes late. So Shelter Tech is really about bridging the digital divide. So when I look around San Francisco, I see all these crazy new apps that are finding ways to improve my quality of life by just a little bit. And it makes me wonder, what if we could use technology to serve people that really need the support? And that's exactly what Shelter Tech is looking at doing. This event is about the broader community around Shelter Tech. So if folks want to know about details about Shelter Tech, we'd be happy to talk to you about that afterwards. But I won't go into a ton of detail right now. Ultimately, we're trying to build a bridge between the tech community and the homeless community. And tonight is one of the best parts of that, which is building a larger, thriving community around problem solving and homelessness. So just to kick it off, how do we define homelessness? Homelessness is generally thought of as the count of those living in temporary shelter or without a place to sleep. But homelessness is really a symptom of an unhealthy city, not a label to give to a certain person. A majority of people living in San Francisco are transitionally homeless, and they also didn't come to San Francisco already homeless. So 71% of people that are homeless in San Francisco were living in San Francisco before they became homeless. And 49% of those people had been living in San Francisco for 10 years. So this is the problem of people living in San Francisco becoming homeless. And how big of an issue is this? So just a quick kind of question. I'm curious if anyone in the audience can guess how many folks in San Francisco are experiencing homelessness.
20,000.
20,000?
7,000.
60,000?
Yeah, I like you.
Yeah. 45,000? So these are all really good guesses. So January 2015, there was a count that said 7,000. More recent estimates say 10,000, but I think a lot of people feel like this number is really underrepresenting the problem. We'll get more of that with our panelists tonight. Another kind of misconception, I think, around homelessness is around drug abuse and mental illness. I think a lot of people think folks dealing with homelessness are, it's because they're suffering from mental illness or addicted to drugs or alcohol. This can absolutely be a compounding factor, but I think it's important to highlight that about 1/3 of people that are homeless in San Francisco are suffering from mental illness, and oftentimes that's brought on by the streets and the conditions on the streets. And a little over 1/3 are suffering from some sort of drug or alcohol addiction. So again, it's not the entire population. That's an important misconception, I think. Last thing I wanted to touch on is just the kind of size of the problem when it comes to those 10,000 people that are homeless. How many shelter beds do you think there are in San Francisco?
1,200.
This is a very important guide. 1,200. That's exactly right. So that's fairly low. There's about 800 people that are on the wait list for shelter. What that means is that there's about 20% of people that are covered by those beds that are homeless, which makes it a much more visible and sizable problem in San Francisco compared to other cities. So that's it for the fun facts. I'm going to kick off our panel. Before I kick that off, I want to just say a quick thank you to obviously Coke America for hosting us, and to Spark Labs, who is helping us offset some of the costs of the food and drink.